I'm just recording today. I'm actually going to just observe.
All right. Wait, I'm gonna share the Trello board. Hey, wait, shit. Hmm. Aduh, maaf. Thank you. You guys can see the Trello, right?
Yes, yes.
So for today,
Mrs. Chair.
because Katendi is sick, so my secretary would be Kasindia. Is it okay for Kasindia? Okay, perfect. Let's start. We can start from Andre's card. So for the HAR G.3 CSC targeting true top inquired properties, booking and inquired benefit. So can you give us some background, Andre?
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. So I've already made the 12th list property that needs CSC now. I'm going to have to keep the time budget until 9 August. So I'm going to deploy it by today also with the community. Maybe I'll need help from Tandy too for deploying this because this is list of the 12 property that 12 property that haven't got CSE, but they got the in the list of top 20 property that got most inquiry on this. So going to start to deploy it by now by inviting them and also sharing our our information that they are now in July are in our top inquired property. So maybe they will it will find their motivation to join this program too, and also help us to produce more inquiry, and inquiry might be produce some others booking. So that's all the update from me. Going to deploy it today.
Thank you, Andre, for the update for this one. And anybody have questions for that one? Or okay, go ahead, Kasintia.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Chair. But actually, I just want to ask, do we still have use the meeting notes, or we just write on the card?
I believe
I
we
think we
still
can
use
just.
the meeting notes.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
you, Kak Cynthia.
Right. Okay, thank you. And we can carry on to the HAR. This is 1.3 or I.3, I think, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. It should be A1.3. Thank you, Caroline. Good spot there. A1.3. That's it. So this is basically just a pivot that based on sub discussion with Maskani yesterday. We have the backgrounds that we have already doing guest and review experience. We still believe that this is going to be a good source to show our guests the service and activities in our properties in Bukit Vista. And from the last initiative, we also got some guests are asking about the villa based on the post that we already post. So some of our posts are also producing some inquiry. So it as a good it's a good indicator too. So what I want to do about this initiative is now increasing the guest engagement in Instagram, showing Bukit Vista services and activities, and also increasing number of organic Instagram inquiry came from after the post. So organic Instagram inquiry is actually if we post some post, so there's a guest are asking about that post or the availability about that villa or maybe many other villa. Also, it should be called as organic Instagram inquiry. So basically, I haven't set any of key performance indicator because I'm still thinking about it. So what indicator of success that I can implement in this initiative. So what I already did yesterday is I already set a discussion with Mas Gani, and we are trying to have to reduce the posting, and we want to see what's the result on 3 days after every post. And we have also already posted yesterday one in our Bukit Vista Instagram. So this is a post that a fun fact about Yogyakarta because Mas Gani and me say that there's inquiries coming to asking about Villa Jogja, or maybe some guests are directly text to air support 2 asking about inquiries in Jogja, and hereby we are also posting about Jogja fun facts. So that's all from me. I'm giving this time budget until 5 August to see the result, whether it's working well or not. If I'm going to post, we are going to post it 3 times a week. So like that, back to the chair. If there are any question or something that you want to say, please, you can say it to me or maybe write it down on the. Yes, Nadine.
Okay, thank you, Andre. I'm actually want to ask about this pivot cards. Actually, what makes it different? What makes you pivot this card into the new card? I mean, what the difference before this one and the previous one?
Yes, thank you, Nadine. We're doing this pivot because now we want to focusing the post is trying to make it post by 3 days because we are now in not a lot of bandwidth with Gani too and me too, and we are trying to do it and focusing on what can we show to the guests related about our services and also our activities. So that Nadine, because we are believe that we change our hypothesis and background, we are going to change this as a new pivot too.
Is it clear, Nadine? Okay.
Okay, thank you Nadine for the question. Back to chair.
Thank you. Uh,
You are muted, Caroline.
okay, sorry. Thank you, Andre, for informing. So everybody's clear, right, with Andre initiatives? If you have any questions, you can raise your hands or give emoji. Okay. We can move to Nadine's case management journey, F.3. Do you have any update for this one, Nadine?
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Chair. I have update for this one, case management journey. So I've checked, and the latest update is 54 cases closed on the CSM, and then 19 cases in the pipeline. I'm sorry, not closed. And then seeing this number, we are almost to reach the KPI. I mean, 100 cases, and then start to develop it to bigger. And now, seeing this number, we are ready to prepare the design. But before that, I really need feedback from everyone here, and I also will gather the feedback from the other chapter about CSM, like what can be improved on that prototype, and what maybe you guys discover new additional feature that can be useful in the prototype, so it can be applied on the real feature of that. So yeah, we need feedback really quick. Actually, can be done by today if everyone has time. So yeah, that's the little update, Mrs. Chair.
Thank you, Nadine. But I was wondering the socialization to chapters. You haven't informed the DM, HR, and IT. Is it correct?
Yes, for the RM, IT, and DM, it's done by VD. For community and HR, it's by me.
All right, so it's done, yeah. So every socializing to the chapters is all good. Perhaps you can check the box then, please.
Oh yeah, the box. Okay, okay.
And Kasintia, go ahead. Your questions.
Yes, thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Ms. Chair. Nadine, based on your update here, 54 cases closed. As I see here, almost all of them are finance, right? What do you think this is really effective, since that's only several chapters that use this? And then for my case itself, since I just mention it automatically on Trello, do you think, and do you keep consider it as a case close? And then how about the effectiveness of this case management Trello? That's from me, Nadine.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia. So yeah, I saw that the most highest percentage of usage is from finance. That's why I want to gathering feedback here. Like HAR, it's only several cards, and also community is only several cards. I don't know whether we have little case only maybe to be solved, or maybe some HR and community is not really documenting it on CSM and everything. So that's why I need the feedback. I need what makes HR and community is not the usage percentage is not high for HR and community. So yeah, for this feedback and also the report, we can analyze more about this one, the efficiency of this feature.
Any
Oh,
more?
okay.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
that's from me. I think I will add on the card. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So anybody have other questions for Nadine's initiatives? No, I'm guessing not for now. Okay. Okay, and then
Sorry, Mrs. Chair, you're muted.
so I think it's all clear. So we can move to the next card, which is HAR F.11, listing and amenities filters impact measurement. Can you give us any update for this one, Nadine?
Okay, so this is the last pivot of this initiative, listing and amenities filters. I actually haven't finished this card. I need to think again for this one, the intended result and hypothesis and KPI and evidence. I need time, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know that there will be a listing and amenities filters impact measurement. So we know that the listing amenities filter is now applied on bigger, and product development and me would need some feedback for this feature and to know the impact of the existence of this feature like that. So for the further information for this one should be announced by tomorrow.
Maybe you can write the announcement in the card, Nadine.
Okay, yes,
Thank
sure, Mrs. Chair, thank you. By the way, sorry, Mrs. Chair,
Yeah, go ahead.
for this case management journey and also listing amenities filters, do you have something to add?
Not much, Nadine. I'm just wondering when is the discussion going to be? Is it on the discussion management board or later on or now?
For the feedback gathering, it's I supposed to be written first in the card, Phoebe.
I see. Noted, Nadine.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, back to you, Mrs. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Nadine and Fidi. So I think it's all clear too for the both two cards, and the third card there's no update, so I'm gonna skip it. Anybody have questions for Nadine's initiatives? Okay, I think it's all good. We can move to Katendi, but Katendi is sick for today. So, and Rian's no update. So I'm going to move to my card, which is examining inquiry coming on air support WhatsApp. I haven't really explained what is this for. So basically, I would like to, I wanted to see in WhatsApp, air support WhatsApp, and see what is the most frequent questions that guests may have. And in the meantime, we can answer it all since it's still low period of time, right? And there are not so much questions coming. But I believe during the high period of time, we respond slower and longer. So what can we do to anticipate all of those questions? So I did some research during the month in February and month of March. So what I found out of 196 message from the guests is there's 7.1% guests asked for check-in arrangement, 3% from Wi-Fi. Facilities is 1.5% out of the 196. Breakfast 1%. And then event, early check-in, late checkout, and supermarket is only 0.5%. So for March, there's 376 inquiries coming. So there is around 8.2% check-in, and out of that inquiries, and Wi-Fi 4.8%, and then checkout the 3.9. Early check-in is 3.5. I think you guys can read it from this for in the card. Maybe if you have any questions, you can ask me. Like, do you have any questions? Yes, go ahead, Jing.
Thank you, Caroline. Wow, that's incredible. How did you classify all these inquiries or these WhatsApp messages?
So I actually check one by one in WhatsApp Air Support, and I counted one by one as well. So it's a bit manual because we
Wow.
cannot put it on Excel sheet, right? So I just counted one by one and
Wow.
then
Okay,
make a percentage.
that's actually really interesting. Let me, Vidi. Thank you for joining us, Vidi. Question to you: is it possible to do what Caroline did, but through the magic of programming and data science?
Okay, so yeah, I was just wondering the same thing. So we're planning to do that either way, right, sir? We have
Yeah.
plans to do that. So I was just wondering whether you actually documented the labeling. It's actually called the labeling phase in machine learning.
Okay.
So you have the original message and the classification itself. And did you do that, Caroline, or how did you tabulate your data?
Oh, I have it in the attachment in the Dropbox. The complete one, a
Okay,
screenshot.
that's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, you screenshot.
Yeah, I screenshot everything. So
That's then we have to use OCR to figure it out, right, Vidi?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll have to do CRM.
Okay.
Um, mhm.
That's
Yep, yep.
really
Actually, there are two ways in doing this, sir.
okay.
There are two ways to approach this. First, using Dialogflow. The second one using LSTM.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have to discuss this. But yeah, it's totally possible.
Is it possible to parse WhatsApp?
No, sir. We do not have the API for that. Yep.
Okay, so somebody would still have to copy the conversations over, yeah?
Yep. Unless you have the connection for like the API to connect to WhatsApp, we'll have to do that.
Is
But
there
for Airbnb, we can connect to that.
okay. All right, interesting. Caroline, this is good. This is actually really interesting. This allows us to figure out how to be more efficient and effective with our air support. So, and you're the first person to do this, actually. I think so. This is actually quite a revelation. Really cool. Visualizing what's happening.
thank you, and I believe Andre have questions as well.
No, I'm trying to ask the same thing with Jing. I mean, like you say that there's a 300 message asking about this thing, so inquiry. So how do you make them happen to to collect the data until 300 like that? So basically, it's already answered. Thank you, Jing and Caroline.
Thank you. So actually, I'm just gonna explain for the key success indicator about the low season. Since I thought that during month 6 and month 5, it's a low period since the COVID came. But actually, during month 6, like kind of nobody answered in air support. So so it's just kind. I'm just gonna see it later. So yeah, for that one, just some notice for the low season. Yes, VD.
Quick question, Caroline. For 196 messages, did you mean the bubble text itself or 196 guests?
There's the one in the. Sorry, repeat if I'm just to.
196 messages meaning 196 bubble message.
No, the message like the sixth one, the bottom one without category, right? Sorry, is it correct?
Mm, no. Did anyone get that? Can anyone explain to me?
Yeah, I'm confused. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Sorry. 196 messages, meaning each bubble text is considered one message, or
Yeah, it is included. But there's 196 inquiries coming. So, but the one that really asked, some of them we just sent like the address, and the guest didn't even answer it or something like that. So
I see.
190,
So this is a HAR 96 inquiries.
yeah, the
Okay,
196 inquiries.
noted.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much. I guess. And where are all the other percentages go? Where did all the percentage go?
So the percentage is from the I count it and then check in what the amount per the inquiries coming. So I got the percentage.
Yeah. The rest of it. I mean,
The
it
rest,
should
what?
It
sum
doesn't
up
add up
to
to
100, right?
100.
Yeah. It should sum up to 100.
Sorry, I
It
don't
should
get
sum
it.
up to 100. Percentages always sum up to 100, right?
Yeah,
I think you can have some discussion to make it more clear.
Okay.
yeah, I think so because
That's
sorry, it's in the
sorry.
morning. Do you want? I
Okay,
can
I
do
will
this.
have I will have to write the schedule. What
Yes,
time do you
please,
want to
Kak
have
Cynthia.
a yeah, what time you do want to have the sub discussion?
No worries, Cynthia. I'll set up a discussion once I start start my shift.
Okay, so
Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
okay.
Anybody have more questions for this one? Okay, so that's the update for my card. We can start from Kak Cynthia's discussion, yeah? So if we use the night shift, can you give us some background for that, Kak Cynthia?
Yep. Thank you, Miss Chair. So actually, I just want to use this night shift paper again, since we already have a night shift right now. And then I think some of them maybe have a dependency for every day, like in the morning, or maybe from the night shift to the morning shift. So I think we can use this paper again. I already updated. Maybe you can use the snippet of as paper, so then you can open the night shift paper. And then, yep, I think that's just like FYI to the everyone here, so everyone will know it. And then also for the next is for the delegating gene profile to Caroline, as per I said to you yesterday. Uh, I will delegate this profile to you. So do you accept the nomination, Caroline?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Caroline. That's from me. Thank you.
Anybody have a question for this one? Just say since I couldn't see you guys' face. So I think it's done. We can move to Jing's discussion, which is, can you give us some background, Jing?
Yeah, sure, Caroline. So this is actually supposed to be. Oh, what happened to Andre? Okay. So listen up, everyone. This is actually the root of a lot of inspiration at Bukit Vista, right here in this chapter. This is where people celebrate, once in a lifetime trips to Bali, to our destinations. This is where they fall in love with hopefully our brand, right? So what I'm asking for is at this point, can we start collecting stories? I'm sure the stories are there. I'm sure we have successful trips where guests are absolutely delighted, and I'd like to start getting into the practice. I mean, I think Shinthia might have remembered the time when we shared guest stories at all hands. I'd like to have that be an inspiration source for three audiences. I'd like our owners to be inspired by the stories of our guests. If owners are always thinking about transactions and making money, then that's not very high purpose, right? That's kind of like just a low purpose. But if we can say, hey, look, you're doing this so that these people who've saved up all this money can have incredible experiences at your home, that gives us some more inspirational material for community management. Um, we can, I think, also bring together our employees here. Oftentimes, we give credit to sort of achievements that have no impact to the core business, right? So we professionally network, we do this, but these are important, right? BVE talk, like product, everything. These are important, but the core sort of fruit we get from all this activity is delighted guests, our brilliant guest experiences. Oh, okay, thank you. So let's circulate these stories and get these stories out to the rest of the company. And if these stories are really good, then let's find a way to celebrate these stories with other guests too as well. I think this is not going to get fixed in one discussion. I know that, right? But I'd like us to start thinking about this idea. I think this idea really then gets back to the idea of how do we inspire delight. We do already. It's already happening, but we're just the rest of the company or the rest of the world isn't aware of it. So how can we get this to be brought up? So I'm bringing this as a discussion. I'm hoping to get some ideas. Okay, back to the chair for circulating this route.
Oh, thank you, Jing. Maybe we can start first from Cynthia. What do you think about it?
Yep. Thank you, Ms. Chair, and thank you, Jean, for bringing this up. Yep. I think. Well, actually, I'm still confused here for the communities. When here, like, so if I'm not getting it wrong, so the communities here are the owners, employees, or other guests, or the community itself, like the community chapter. I still don't get it.
Okay, so Shante, we have three communities, right? We have our owner community, we have, let's say internally, our employee community, and then we have our guests, which currently they're not community yet, actually, because there's nothing that actually binds them together. In order to have community, we need to have communication. We need to have common ground. So what I'm proposing as common ground for all three communities are the delightful. Like right now, the common ground seems to be money, right? It's like guests want to get a deal, owners want to get money, we want to grow our revenue. So that's okay, but I think that's very very okay. That's like the first layer. I'm hoping to move up the stack, the Maslow pyramid, so to speak. So to move up the stack, we need some really good inspirational stories, and if we have these stories, we can inspire, right? We can go out and we can say, hey, look, we have some material for our advertising. We have some material for BVE talk. We have some material for community gatherings. We have some material for product. We have then a way of centering the company around these amazing guest experiences, which has to come from this chapter. So what I'm hoping to drill oil. I'm hoping you guys to feed me stories, or feed the entire company stories about amazing guest trips, right? And what we've been able to do to deliver that. I think Bayu would agree, yeah? For very long, all we talk about are business, right? But we don't talk about the stuff that actually our business is based on, which is inspirational experiences.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Yep, I get it. So, yeah, I think this will be great. And then maybe we can also bring this to the community as well, or to the host, or since they're maybe like kind of directly meeting the guest. So yes, sir. That's from me. I think this could be a collaborative work between HR and so community. That's on board.
Thank you, Cynthia. And we can move to Nadine's. What do you think about it?
Yes, yeah. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Chair. Yeah, I also agree with Cynthia. This is gonna be great, but I think I'm still kind of like confused about the channel to to share the stories with the communities. What the channel would be?
Okay, very good. This is where we need a little bit of direction then, Naveen. So what I propose is this. The first channel is, can you share any great inspirational guest stories on the all hands? The top of the all hands paper is actually free for anybody to write whatever inspires them, but I seem to be the only person writing so far. So um, please write any stories that you've encountered with guests on the all hands. That way, at least the company will be aware of it. That's the first sort of channel. The second channel is if you want, let's say, a story to be shared with the community. Um, I think, sorry, if you want a story to be shared with the owner community, write it on all hands and maybe just suggest to community people, Andre, Tendi, me, please use this as a good inspirational source to motivate the community, right? To motivate the owner community. So then I think that would be probably still the best channel, just all hands, but just raise awareness that this is a good community story to share with owners. And I think the third one is Instagram, right? Which is what we're already doing. When we get great stories from guests, then let's have, let's say, a place where other future guests can see that, where they can go, wow, this person's life was changed by their trip with Bukit Vista. I want my life changed too as well. So some sort of repository on Instagram. I think you guys already have different categories on Instagram already, different subject fields. Can post it there. But anyway, the idea is it's a broad idea, but I'm just asking for this to happen. I'm probably going to need to lead this, but at least what I hope to get from HAR is just share your stories on the all hands. Yeah, let's focus on that part first. If you have great stories, share it just like the way you share core values, just like the way that other things you share about your personal updates. But share the stories about your guests. Okay.
All clear, Nadine?
Yes, I clear it right now.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What else was
Um,
like? Sorry. Oh yeah,
Miss
Kasindia.
Chair.
Sorry, like I can't see the photo if
Okay.
you
Yep.
so you can just
It's fine. Thank you. If I may, sir. So, do we have a special section for sharing these stories, or we just
Very
like
good question.
share it on our web channel?
Very good question. If I can take the screen at the moment, let me go
yes.
ahead and put it up. Okay, I'll share my screen. So Cynthia, oops, what did I do? Okay, here we go. Here's my screen. This is the BV All Hands at the moment. Okay, so at the top there's this weekly inspiration, and you guys can just write like the mission of HAR. The idea is to take this part of the Book of Vista mission and to positively transform our guests. Right. So whenever you see a case where that's happened, please write it down. Right. Please share it right here. So I'll create the heading for you. That's the heading. It's underlined, bolded, and that's it. Yeah. All right. Great. So whatever you find that positively transformed guests, write it. If it's through hospitality innovation, even better, right? So what we're looking for is when your mission has been accomplished. So let's say you created a new hospitality innovation, like inquiry management, right? So inquiry management then led to us being able to delight this guest because we were able to respond faster and at the appropriate time. Then this guest said they had a great experience. Then post it here. This shows us that there's progress on your mission, and this also gives a lot of inspiration to the rest of the company. Okay.
Okay, and if do Fidi and Kabayu would like to share their opinion about this discussion? No? Okay. Fidi, are
I'm
you
good.
okay? Would you like to share? Okay, you're good as well. I think we still have more time, then we can discuss about Kabayu's discussion that he just shared. I'm going to share it again my screen. So about the Kabayu, can you give us some background for that?
Okay, so this is actually I just want to share my idea. So we have an initiative on product development, and we are looking for a client to support us on this new product that we are building. So what I'm going to do is I will share my screen
Yeah.
and bring you through into this project. Okay, so this project have this goal, a general goal. Basically, we want to send actively send a notification to on-site staff and owner using dedicated platform, which is so far a mobile app is the best. And let me see. Okay, this is the background story. So on product distribution, so the old model for user acquisition is that product development will build a feature, and then we ask other chapter to deliver this to end user. So we don't think it's efficient because of the loss of information along the way, especially if that chapter who distribute this is not 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 having enough knowledge on how the platform works. So that could result in the end user even more confused than the chapter that delivered this. And then the second one is user communication. Previously, the new information are pushed via WhatsApp, where we ask user to check on the web app. So yeah, that's basically there. There's two steps. So this creates a friction because yeah, we just ask them to on WhatsApp to open this website, and then the website needs to open on a browser app. So that's like confusing. I think that would be confusing for especially the non-tech savvy user. So our hypothesis is that if we have a mobile app, this will increase awareness of daily updates better than email and website because it's basically we are actively pushing information and they don't need to check on their app. And then second hypothesis is secondary. We think that confidence among partner will be increased that they can see a performance report on their phone via an app. This will result in better retention. And so that's the hypothesis. And these are the answers to the project question basically. So why we need this that word to solve. So so far there are many complaints about broken communication flow for daily operation, mainly because there are too many channel that we use. We use WhatsApp for messaging, email for booking notification, Slack for coordination, and bigger web app for checking the report. So and then the second one, most of our partner accessing bigger using mobile device, Android, and it's basically it's just not natural to open a website each time they need to check booking. So we think that an app would be so far a mobile app is better than that. And then what problem this will solve? So basically, this basic problem like I didn't get the email. Uh, is there any check-in today? What time guest will check in? Is payout for this guest already sent? Or any updates? This is for case management. So that question usually we cannot answer, or we need to answer to that manually basically. So what we hoping to achieve from this project is that we can actively send a notification instead of answering their question. So yeah, there's a check-in list that will notify them that there's a guest coming. Uh, Currently, we don't have that, and then notification that the payout is already sent. Currently, we don't have that, and then an update of a case that they submit. Currently, we don't have that, and I think this is so far probably the worst that we have a follow up. So maybe we have a case from last week from owners, and then we forget about that, and we require partner to ask again for the update. So that's the main problems. And then who will benefit from this feature? I believe mostly for property owners and staff for better communication. HAR secondary, probably overbooking because partner didn't check bigger or didn't get any email. And then finance awareness about payout status. And then what are the user needs? So this is what we gather so far. So the main thing that user need thing is push notification system specific to that user. So it's not a general broadcast to everyone, but to that specific user, like staff or owner, about checking on their property on that particular date. So that's the very important thing. And then all the feature here are still in discussion. Basically, it is because of the constraint. We'll go to the constraints first. So basically, we cannot really build an app that only containing notification because then the user will be more confused. They will have an app for notification, then they need to open a web app again. So we need to develop at least basic function of bigger in this app. And then the second constraint is that the best practice to document project updates, finance report, case update is still not implemented 100%. So basically, if this app is working but the chapter doesn't have the workflow, then this system will also not working. For example, if we offer case management updates for owners, but we don't update the case on our document, then user will not get the update. So this app need our workflow or our system in the chapter to be working first in order to make sure user get the best experience. And then what is the key success indicator? We are still cooking on this basically, but on the app side, on the development side, it's a number of downloads and logins. So basically, how many user are actually using this app first time, and then number of action taken by user. So opening notification, updating guest journey status, that we can count. And then the implementation idea so far is a native app, a mobile app for Android for now, because of the insight that we have, 60% of bigger user is accessing users using Android mobile phone. Only I think 10% using iPhone or less, I think. And then change the email notification from full information to link to view information on the app. And then using a guided action using voiceover on the app, first time user login to explain all the functionalities. So that's it. And this is the to-do list on how we proceed with the project. So that's in general about this project. Why I'm here and explaining this. Basically, I need a client who, let's say, will buy this product or use this product to serve their customer or build this product for their customer. So basically, this probably not going to be HAR because the end user that we will target is property owner and staff. So what I'm so the in HR case, this would be we will build this product for your customer, HR's customer, which is property owners. So do is there any comments from HR about this?
Do you have any comments for others? Go ahead, Kak Cynthia.
Mas Bayu, if I may ask here, will it be the development of Bigger, or in the future, Bigger will be an app like this so everyone can use this, or Bigger still will be the what is that? Website. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, basically this new project is for property owner and staff. So it's only for them. The mobile app is only for staff because I think 100% of employee user is using computer to access. So there's no use to build a mobile app for employee. So for employee, we still use the web app.
Oh, okay. So will it be the name will be like Bigger, or you have another name for the what?
No, no,
For
no.
this?
We haven't think about that. We still talking about the problem and the solution.
Okay. Okay. If I may, actually, I have one more question about the email upon the implementation. I guess you write down that the email will be not the full information and will be just the link to app. So if the at the very first time it will be like the website, right? If I'm not get wrong here.
No, actually, maybe a good example is maybe have you ever get email from Facebook or email from LinkedIn? If
Uh-huh.
someone commented on your
Oh,
profile, yeah. So
okay.
yeah, LinkedIn will send you a notification on email. Hey, there's someone leaving you a comment, but you cannot read the comment inside the email. But you need to click on the link, and then it will bring you to the app.
Okay. 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 Get it. Okay. Thank you, Mas Bayu.
Okay. Is there any other question or supporter? Actually, I'm hoping to get a supporter from HAR who will see that this is will be a good thing to develop.
I can be the supporter.
Is that Caroline? Okay. I think Nadine want to speak. Yeah.
Yes, how are you? Thank you. Mrs.
Nadine, you lost your voice.
Yeah, Nadine hilang. Maybe someone else who want to speak first.
I think Jing opened his microphone. Maybe he wanted to say something.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Chair. Yeah, like I said, I'm just observing, and I think this is a positive direction. I think we've discovered that there is probably a channel constraint, and I think this idea of using an app could unblock that channel constraint with user acquisition and getting community use bigger. So this is good.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, anyone else from HAR? For your information, basically, I also brought this to community management. So this is what we will do. So uh, in general, community management will support this project, but we are still discussing what will community management contribute to this project. Is it whether they just observe and receive the end product, or they will distribute this to the end user. So we will need to fix this uh, uh, in discussion. Then what is the KPI for community management? So basically, what community management want to achieve if we provide them with this product, and then we are also discussing discussing what is the final product expected to be handed over from product development to community management. This is related to the user acquisition part. So whether user acquisition will be done by product development or community management. So we need to be clear about that. And I'm hoping to also have this kind of discussion with HAR. I just is there anyone on HAR that want to champion for this at least on the discussion stage?
Or we can set a meeting, the whole HAR with Kabayu, no? When you have
Yep.
time.
Is it everyone, or is there anyone in particular as a supporter?
I'm personally interested, but I'm not sure with others.
Okay.
Yeah, Jean, you have questions, right?
Sure. Bayu, I think this is a really good idea, but today's timing is not perfect. Tendy's sick, and also Andre is also not here. Caroline is showing the most support right now, so I think that's good. And I think then Caroline can echo this what Bayu has asked when we get everybody here on the Friday discussion, right? That probably would be the best way to get it elevated. And Caroline, I think that you can rally support around Bayu's idea. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
All right.
good. I think
And
I
Nadine,
think it's all good for the. Sorry. Oh yeah, Nadine wanted to
Yeah.
say something before, right? Go ahead, Nadine.
Okay.
Nadine, no.
Probably just follow up with Nadine after this. Just me. I'll contact her then. Okay, that's it for me for now, Caroline. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Kabayu, and I think that's it for the discussion. And move again to the Trello board. So, sorry. Here, for example, for the next, it will be Katendia, and the secretary will be Andre because Kasintia has been a secretary today. So that's it for the Scrum today. Thank you, everyone. And perhaps any feedback, since if there's 3 minutes left, I would like to hear some. From Kasintia, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I think I'm not talking today. Okay, thank you, Caroline, for sharing today. Well, I see here there are something that maybe you could improve again. The first one is you can bring more details on the incomplete card, like we see previously on the Nadine's card. There's still an incompleted card. So maybe you can go more details on it, like ask the initiator to fill the card, and also maybe for Rian, since Rian is not here, then you can make a decision. Would you want to move the card or like abandon the card, or just like what? You can make a decision there. And then okay, if you see another person coming, like PD coming lately, and then you can ask them first what is his intention. Do they want to have a discussion or just listening? If just listening, you can just follow up that. And then actually, for a little bit for your card, that's very interesting. I think you do the good job, since I don't want to do that thing. I mean, like you are very clever to do the inquiry. So, yep, that's the good idea. Congratulations to Caroline. That's from me.
Thank you, Kasintia. Nadine, do you want to give feedback for this chairing? All right. Okay, perhaps. Okay, for Jing.
Actually, I'll go to Bayu. Bayu, do you have any advice for Caroline?
Actually, yeah. So it's at least for me, it's Caroline still being an administrator of this discussion. So just passing people talking below for now. But I think you could be more in control of the discussion and dig deeper into the topics that we are talking about, and even questioning what people are doing in this discussion. If something doesn't add up, or you're confused by what people mean when they talk, you can just question and dig deeper to get more details and be specific. I think that's it for me.
Thank you, Ka. And maybe last for Jing for sorry for the I think content team. Yeah, we
Oh
take up
yeah,
a bit.
absolutely. Oh, content team, we're in the process of giving some feedback, so this will just take a minute. Caroline, how do you feel when you chair?
Very nervous.
Okay, that could
So
be why. That could be why. That could be why. Remember, we actually that the funny thing about feeling nervous is it's a focus on oneself, right? Rather than a focus on, let's say, the rest of the team. When we're sharing, think of it as you're giving a gift for everybody else. You're bringing them through what you're serving them in a way. So in that particular regard, if the emotional focus can be more on how the team is doing, that will center you emotionally correctly, and that's really important. And that's something we actually even talked about today during mentorship. When we give, let's say, candid feedback, how do we feel as mentors? And a lot of it is this feeling of anxiety, nervousness, whatever. But what it should be interpreted is you're giving a gift. You're doing something to help others. So think of it this way. If you're nervous, the rest of the team will feel nervous, right? If you're unbalanced, the rest of the team will feel unbalanced. So as much as possible, think of it as I'm going to come into this as a chair so that everyone will feel inspired today. And sometimes you might need to fake it, but as soon as you start going along that particular route, you'll get more energy that supports, and it starts becoming more true. If you feel nervous, as Cynthia actually went through that moment herself when she was doing BVE Talk One, I remember she was like, "Oh, I'm so nervous," and then Muhammad said, hold on to a pen, that will make you feel a little bit better." So, but as soon as you shift the focus from one of how am I doing to to others, then it will rebalance and you'll feel much more in control and things will flow your way and you'll get much more positive energy back also from the rest of the world. So that's my piece of advice. And otherwise, I think when I see that you don't have the context of nervousness, you're doing really really good. So yeah, just maybe a little bit more experience, but also a framing of where your mind is. Okay.
okay, thank you, Jing.
All right.
So that's it for today, everyone. Thank you for attending. See you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
guys.
Thank you, Caroline. Have a nice day, guys.
Have
Have
a
a nice
nice
one.
day.
See ya.
Thank you.